The Underdog Podcast. It's your host T. Lee and my co-host Jack Cowden will be live today as usual.
Was pulling up, they acting like they couldn't see me. Now she wanna clean me up like a squeegee. I told her that's on me, baby, like yellow BZ. With the peanut butter tear like a Reese.
Keep on persevere through all the obstacles. Get it done. That's the underdog.
They don't forget the underdog when they see me. I hit them with the John Cena, they can't see me.
You may overlook this person, but the underdog is the one who's going to put in the work.
It's over, you know? Because you have to lose to win. Whether you think losing is a big event.
Out of mind. All I'm saying, just be careful who you idolize. I'm kicking these scriptures just before the fame. Ain't no cap in my words, I go against the grain.
So I always believe that, like, I took so many risks to make this thing happen. You know what I mean?
I'm always working, bro. Like I said, I'm energy driven. Underdog can put you on your ass. The underdog can put you on game. The underdog can show you something that you didn't know.
Can't go down. All you can do is go up. So are you gonna stay where you at, or are you gonna move up?
You're the bangers.
He said he's nervous. This is his first time doing it.
Cut her ass off with sick and reread.
Yo, what it do, good people? This is the Underdogs Podcast, and it's the Keeping It Pushing with Fleetwood segment. You know what I mean? So we just gonna kick in that high gear. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody out there that's making sure, you know what I'm saying, you keeping yourself in check, you know, both mentally, physically, you know what I mean, and keep sharpening your mind and keep gaining more knowledge, keep learning, you know. That's the most important thing, you know, that we need to do daily. Make sure we taking care of our health, you know, and just paying attention to everything going on around us. You know, it's a lot. You feel me? Just keep your mind, you know, motivated and keep inspiring others around you and never giving up, keeping it pushing underdog way. So we're gonna start it off with some good positive vibes real quick. I gotta clip the show.
You are not here for the great job you're doing at your 9 to 5. You're not here for how your family is going to look at you. Is she a good person or a bad person? Is she an embarrassment to us or is she a disgrace to us? Live for yourself at this time. Not saying you should be selfish, but do not be hung up on what other people think about you, how other people perceive you. Look in the mirror and love what you see, because you are not just a body, you are a soul. You can't see your soul, but someone else will be able to see and feel your soul. So cultivate that.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any other way, people. You know what I mean? It's more than just the physical presence, you know. When you come in the room and you bring a vibe in the room and everybody can look at you and feel your energy. You know what I mean? It's more than just the body. This right here is just a vehicle. You know, it's about who you are on the inside. You know what I mean? A lot of people focusing on the outer than the inner. Your inner is what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? That's going to make you or break you. You can be looking like whatever on the outside, but if your inside ain't right, your mind ain't right, it's over with. You know what I mean? So definitely, man, like self-love. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you love yourself. If you love yourself, you're going to make sure that you continue to keep growing. You know what I mean? Keep your mind sharp. The mind has got the capacity of, you know, infinity. You know what I mean? So I always going to keep learning, man. Also throw some more good vibes in there, man. We're going to start it out the right way before I really dig into it. You know what I mean? I'm still scratching the surface right now.
People should take steps toward healing themselves. I like to think of the word step, S-T-E-P. Healing begins with the spirit, trickles down to the thoughts, which changes our emotions, which comes out of our bodies physically. Our bodies manifest our emotions, which in turn are manifested by our thoughts, which in turn are manifested by the spirit. We can all work on those four things concurrently, but if you're going to work on any one of them, you need to start with the spirit.
Most definitely. You know what I mean? If you're gonna work on anything, you gotta start with your spirit. Your spirit ain't right, everything else gonna be out of whack. You know what I mean? So like again, you know what I'm saying? Learning thyself, knowing thyself, it take you a long way. You know what I mean? Don't focus so much on the outer. For real, for real. Clip, man. Yeah, that's me. We back at it.
You think you're a fool, you'll act like a fool. You think you poor, you act the way they tell you poor people supposed to act. Huh? Plant. You want to grow corn, you plant a seed. It works with everything else. You want to get a new car, buy the keychain and put it away. The car come to you. That's what the real God is about.
Yeah. You heard that. Honorable Dick Gregory. If you don't know who Dick Gregory is, Dick Gregory was a powerful impact back in the day. Same as MLK around that time, civil rights movement. Dick Gregory was doing this thing too. They don't really talk about him as much, but that man ain't hold his tongue for nothing. He told a lot of everything. You know, he was living there. He's an elder. So if you don't know who Dick Gregory is or even see his interviews, I encourage you to go check him out. You know what I mean? For real, for real. I learned a lot from him, you know what I'm saying, just listening to his messages. But keeping it pushing with Fleetwood, you know what I mean? Because that's all we know how to do, roll with the punches and keep it pushing. No matter what's going on, you feel me? You got to keep pushing. Okay, then. I'm just a clip man today. I'm going to hit you over the head, for real, for real. That's how we doing. All right, let me see what's going on. Okay, we're going to dive right into it. You feel me? Before I even play this clip, I encourage everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? We always been hitting on this from the beginning. If you've been watching our content, you know, of knowing thyself, knowing your true identity. It's been a lot of discrepancies on this land, you know, and yeah, all of us went through the program and all of us been through the indoctrination in the public educational school system, funded by John D. Rockefeller. Make sure you look him up too. I want you to do y'all research when I'm naming these folks. I'm gonna give you a little sauce, but I need y'all to go really dig into this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's important. So when you find out who John D. Rockefeller is and the whole educational system, then you'll start to keep unraveling most stuff. You feel me? I start looking at these public figures they gave us, you know, America's heroes. Everything that they got us focused on right now is focusing on Africa. You know what I'm saying? Rather than focusing on what happened on this land. And it's a lot of discrepancies on this land. Paperwork, documentation is out there. It's in public records. Everything. Talk to your elders for your genealogy. Just don't spit in no tube and think that you're going to figure everything out about yourself. That stuff is not 100% accurate. You need to sit down with your elders. Your great grandma living, sit down with her and figure people out. You know, that's what's going to start you on your genealogy journey. Coming soon, we have a melanated woman that's going to be coming on that's actually got her registry. I believe she's Cherokee. You know, she's got her documents and everything together. But what I'm trying to get y'all to learn is all of us ain't come from no damn Africa. I'm just gonna say that, man. All of us ain't come here. Many of us was already here. For real, for real. Many of us was already here. You know what I'm saying? When no, all of us came on a boat from Africa now. You know, what happened to all them people that they used to tell us in the stories that was already here? Then you start looking up these documents and stuff and seeing how they detail their skin tone, their color. Why are we the only people on this land that's been reclassified numerous times in the census? Census didn't start until 1790. The first census, you can't even get the first census notation on that. And the census takers during 1790, they were unsupervised but authorized to go and say who was what. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm I'm one group of people. I'm a European. Anybody I see, I could put down anything or what I feel they is, and that's gonna be what they is from now on. But they killed us with a paper genocide. So a lot of us, it's hard for us to get our records too, in a sense. But that's why I say it's important to talk to your elders. But I'm gonna play this next clip. Also, you know, it ain't no coincidence folk be, you know, talking whatever, because I get it. You know, you've been listening to this same information reiterated over and passed down, you know what I'm saying, the same stuff that was learned, you know, from your parents and the parent before. You know, everybody passing the same information down when that educational system. But it's not no coincidence, you know what I'm saying, that people do have Indian heritage in their family or know of an Indian from their great grandmother. I would say great at least. You know, people would kind of joke about that and stuff like that. Oh, you know what I'm saying, but they make us focus on a whole nother country. But I'll dig into that later, man. But I'm finna show the clip, y'all.
What culture do you consider yourself a part of?
I am Cherokee Native American, born here in Virginia. I have no African heritage whatsoever and no African relatives. I am all Cherokee Indian.
How come?
You probably are too.
Well, why do you say that?
Because Cherokee is black, actually. It's the same people that Columbus met when he got off the boat. We are not African. This is Richmond, Virginia, where the first 20 slaves landed. There's no record of any other slaves landing here. Those 20 Africans that landed here were on a boat that was hijacked by Portuguese. The real black slaves here were Portuguese.
Come on, man.
Slaves in this country were actually white, not black. My people owned slaves. We weren't slave owners. 96% of the southern slaves were owned by the 5 tribes of the Lakota. I am Cherokee, the largest of the 5 tribes.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, there you go, right there. The man was born in Virginia, which I need y'all to go look up this person too. His name is Walter Plecker. Just go look up everything about him in Virginia. And he said supposedly 20. There's supposed to be 20 slaves arrived in Virginia. That's where all the slave stories come from, about them coming through the ports and all that in Virginia. He said there's only a record of 20, you know. So, yeah, you know, just need to look up some more stuff, because it's very important that we focus on this land. Now, melanated people are all over the world. Like I broke down the last episode, Haitians from Haiti, Jamaicans from Jamaica, people from the Caribbean, they know where they're from. They got all their cultures. I'm not saying that Africa descendant ain't like, or let's say melanated. Melanated is all over. When they come to this land, though, you gotta stop focusing on the outside. Because soon we start calling ourselves African American, we're calling ourselves foreigners on this land. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly, they don't owe African Americans nothing. African American ain't come about until the 90s. Jesse Jackson. Look, like I say, y'all, man, just look this stuff up, man. I'm just here to make y'all think, in the words of Jack Calvin, Non-Ether Nation, my partner. You feel me? Just trying to make you think, man. You know, it's too much information out here now. You know what I'm saying? The age of Aquarius, information. So never feel like you need to stop learning or just run with the narrative that was given to you. You was given a narrative from people that's not even you. So, yeah, I encourage y'all to get up on y'all stuff, man. I'm going to go into the next clip. Brother Malcolm X. You did?
That there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. That there.
Yeah, man, break the code. You heard it from the brother Malcolm X. Feel me? We was all given the blueprint on everything. Like, you can't ignore it. You know, as intellectual as the brother was back then, especially with Louis Farrakhan, you know, like it's done, man. With the minister, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff is done. Like, there's no reason you should be in 2022 and not trying to seek information of knowledge. You feel me? Because knowledge is important. Knowing who you are is important in this time of day. You feel me? It's gonna be definitely beneficial, you know, later down the line. You feel me? Something that's generationally that'll help. You know what I mean? You figure out your genealogy, your real genealogy, get your registry of who you really are, and you can pass that down. All that stuff come with benefits. There's no benefit in calling yourself African American, but check this out. Elon Musk is from Africa. He's more African American than a lot of y'all out here calling y'all African American. You feel me? Yeah, it's no benefits behind that, man. They don't owe black people nothing. That's why it's taking them centuries to study reparations, because the whole story is misconstrued. You know what I mean? It shouldn't take the United States government of America centuries to study reparations, you know what I mean, for the so-called slaves or black people, you know what I mean, as well. Like, but a foreigner can come over here and be generationally ahead more than the people that's already been here, which is our people. You know what I mean? So just think about that, man. Like, it's been a paper genocide. Got another clip, man. See what's going on. Okay, Dr. Clyde Anderson.
The audacity to let black folks suffer for 460 years. And at the end of the civil rights movement, rather than going back and saying, let's find out what has happened to black folk for 460 years. Have they been psychologically, emotionally, politically, educationally damaged? Nobody spent 1 minute of time trying to figure out what had happened to black folk over all that period of time. So in the course of the civil rights movement, at the end of it, they say, well, let's pretend that nothing has happened to them, that they were not injured, they were not hurt. And now let's go seek integration and pretend that we're all equal. Now that was grossly unfair, because by that point in time, in about the 1966 period, whites had become economic giants in America. They own and control everything at that point in time. Whites
Come on, man.
100% of all the wealth, the income, the privileges, the businesses, the resources, and all levels of government. Blacks had nothing. Blacks were 1-foot midgets. And they allowed us then to use integration to walk from our communities, from our ghettos over in their communities, totally disarmed, not understanding anything, blind, naked, and then saying you can go and compete. Compete with what?
With what?
They had the nerve, the audacity to let black folks suffer for 460 years. And at the end of the civil rights movement, rather than going back and saying, let's find out what has.
Yeah, man. Dr. Clyde Anderson said it right there for you. You feel me? Like, integrating was the worst thing that we could have did. And once Martin Luther King did I Have a Dream speech, and when he really did that real speech at that church, when he was saying that we're being exiled on our own land, they already done killed him. You know, so once they got Martin Luther King out the way, they celebrating him. They pushing I Have a Dream speech in your face because it went with their agenda, which was to integrate us with them. That's the worst thing we could have did. And you're speaking of equal rise. There's nothing equal in between when you got one race. Like I say, go grab Dr. Clyde Anderson book, Powernomics. You got one race with a system that's strictly for them, that was set up to structurally put them ahead of us, on top of us, with resources, everything like that, control. Then you got the other race of people which is the original people, which is us. You got us on the bottom, socially structured, socially engineered at the bottom. You know, so nah, man, make sure y'all check Dr. Clyde Anderson. Not for real, for real. We're gonna keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it pushing with Fleetwood, man. You already know. Underdog. Feel me?
Must distinguish between education and training. You can train a dog, you can train a seal, but once the dog learns how to think, he will bite you and get away. But if you train him to jump through loops, he will jump through loops when you tell him to jump through loops. Education in New York City and most of this country is a multi-million-dollar industry. It is about the control of that industry, control of the mind of people who enter that industry. How can you expect powerful people to give you the training, give you the education that will make you take their power away from them?
Real spill.
So therefore, education for you in the public school is a contradiction in turn, because if you were educated, you'd be the masters of yourself instead of falling behind someone else to lead you. You would lead yourself.
Come on, man. They wanna be the wolves and have us be the flock of sheep. You heard the man just said, like, why would I give you the tools to beat me if I'm setting myself up to be ahead of you? You know what I mean? It's a psychological war. So when it comes to this sound like the educational system, you know what I mean? Like, why would they teach us about ourselves in the educational system? Remember what I just said and showed y'all. If we're the original people, we're literally supposed to be ahead of them. This is our land. So why would I tell you about your true self? And that will put me out of the picture, out of the mix. You know what I mean? So no, it's war. It's been a psychological war, man. It's been an identity crisis since like I say, the beginning of the census. The U.S. government isn't even that old. You know what I mean? 1790 was when the first census was established. When authorized census takers that were unsupervised could go around and go house to house. They couldn't go everywhere. If you look at the time period between the first census in 1790 up until the 1860s, there was a bunch of Indian wars going on this land. And it's all documented, but they make it seem like they don't talk about that too much. I don't remember really hearing about that stuff, about the wars that was on this land coming up in school. So yeah, nah, man, it's definitely been an identity crisis with our people. You know what I mean? And they don't, like I said, they don't owe black people, they don't owe African Americans, they owe the Native Americans, the people that were indigenous to this land. That's why they went so far as to make themselves $5 Indians, change the whole imagery of what an Indian looked like. If you look at a lot of older stuff back in the day that depicted Indians or Negroes, they didn't call Indians back then. They called them Negro or colored. And if you look at those pictures and the colors they shaded them as, all them old historical pictures, they all look like us. You feel me? Like, how am I gonna call myself black? My color, we identifying out the color of our skin. We identify with the color of our skin. My skin is copper color, it's brown. Like, it don't make sense, man. You know. But like I say, this the era information. Don't ever take what I say as just run with it and believe it. You got to go out there and research all these names I'm dropping. You got to research all these documents. You got to look at all these imagery. They killed us with visual images too. You feel me? Like, if you control the narrative, I control the masses. I control the media, what you hear. I control what you eat. I can control how you see things. That's why when Africans over there look at us over here, I got 2 Nigerian neighbors. they look at us as savages. The same way as they paint the picture of Africa to us, they make Africa look poor. They show the country parts or whatever, where people still like native to their land, eating from their land. They show all that type of stuff to us. You know what I mean? So just gotta think for yourself, man. A lot of stuff we haven't had the opportunity to think for ourselves, but the information is out here now, so that's dead. But I'm still going in. I ain't done yet. We got another one from my partner, Sly, Jock Cowden. You feel me? Message.
You the motherfucking Indian if you got carbon in your skin. They lied when they told you in history all the Indians gone. Where they go? Where they go? Where they go? They said there was 8 billion Indians. Where they go? You really believe they killed 8 billion of us?
Come on, man.
They just got here. They just got here. They just got here. Fuck what they telling you. You see, these motherfuckers went back and wrote themselves in our history they got spells of us trying to make us think that they been here and shit, because we have forgot, nigga. 500 of their man-made years, nigga. 1492 is when they landed. They didn't take over to 1776. They got you thinking they been here for forever. They just got here, nigga. You are the Indians. They called you that right in history. Indians, nigga. The Indians that they show you are $5 Indians, nigga. What they call $5 Indians. These are human beings posing as motherfucking Indians, nigga. Getting all the land reservations, all the free land, all the money, nigga.
Come on, man.
We are. You looking at them every day, nigga. They didn't kill us. They just renamed us. They enslaved us and renamed us. They didn't bring us across from no motherfucking Africa neither. They got you thinking we all came from Africa to hide the fact that we was everywhere, nigga. We everything. And I'm just keeping it on a third dimensional level, man. I ain't gotta take you up into the cosmos and let you know how you created the whole fucking cosmos, nigga. We can just stay right here on the planet with this shit. 8 billion motherfucking Indians, nigga. Where do you think they went? You looking at them, nigga. You looking at them. Black and Latino people that they like to call us. You're looking at them. They ain't never get rid of us, nigga. They just reclassified us as African Americans.
Come on, man.
And Latino Americans. They just changed the name, nigga. There ain't nothing to change a motherfucking name. You better look at your history. You better look at your history. Look at this. This don't lie. Fuck them titles that them Spanish conquistadors gave our ancestors, nigga. Fuck them titles, nigga. This carbon can't lie. Who can take this sun? That's who us, nigga. Whoever can stand out here and take this sun, you know. Fuck all them titles. See, them titles have you all lost and shit. He believes you. He ain't me. He African. He definitely ain't me. Them ain't us. They Africans, nigga. They Puerto Ricans, nigga. They ain't us, nigga. We black people, nigga. Nigga, them ain't us, nigga. Nigga, that's all us. Latinos, blacks, Africans, Jamaicans, Belize, the whole South America, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Them all us, that's us. We all the same people, nigga. Now we rise, nigga. Now we see like, oh shit, down in South America, them is our brothers. Oh shit, them Puerto Ricans, they us. Oh shit, damn, them over there, damn, we deep than a motherfucker. They said we was the minority. Oh, I get it. They took us as the majority and broke us up into 25 different races, nigga. And then called themselves the majority and called us the minority, nigga.
Hey. Nah, most deaf, man. And everything he said, if you was listening to it clearly, that's not to say that, Africans ain't us. Like, if you go to the Dominican Republic, you see people with the same color shade as us. We just different cultures of people, but together we're all one. But when it comes to this land right here, this is our land. You feel me? Like I say, man, make sure you talk to your elders in your family, grab names, do the paper research on these people, man. We've been reclassified. You don't see like in Jamaica or Haiti that stuff like that happens, you know what I'm saying? Infiltration where they've been infiltrated spiritually in these other countries by these foreigners. You know what I mean? Africa like that right now, infiltrated by the foreigners, by the money. Sight brought the Bible, hit them spiritually over the head. You know what I mean? But when it comes to us as a whole, we all are the same people. We're all, you know what I'm saying? People in Jamaica, yeah, titles, you know, Jamaican, Haitian, Black, African. All of them is titles, you feel me? Them just like our distant relatives. We all the same people. But when it comes to this land, we are indigenous to this land. Like I said, y'all need to focus on the land that you live on. Calling yourself African American, it did not come about until the 90s. So what does that tell you? You feel me? They got a whole African history, cultural study, and all that type of stuff. Like, man, anything with American on the tail end of it should tell you something. Government is not that old. So, like I say, it's just more to detour you to focus on Africa than focus on this land. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Y'all got to get it together. I'm about to start being on my Dan Calloway right now. You feel me? Jeez. Okay. Hey, this is just something I came across. I'm the clip man today. I'm showing clips. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to keep it pushing from there, man. Like I say, just keep it pushing with Fleetwood J.R. For real.
You probably wouldn't take them to be Black people. You might not look. On my job that I had worked at, they took me to be white. And my best friend, she took me to be white. She was shocked when I told her I'm not white. I am Black. I am a Black person. And it was, well, you're not that. You think you are. No, I know I am. I was raised that
You
way.
heard what she
but
said?
I was also raised, as Mom would say, it doesn't matter what color your skin is. We all serve one God. Now, as you know, this is my home. Over here is my daughter's home, Jessica. Everybody else in here, we're all kinfolks. That's how this community got to be mixed with white and Black. It was from the Black children, our children going out marrying white and bringing them in. A lot of them was as light as I am, but we still said we were Black. And then we had some real dark ones, but that's okay. They were Black, we were Black. So that's how this all got started. My grandma, she was half Turk, half Black. My grandpa was a white man. My mom racied me as Black. My mom she wasn't as fair complected as I am. She was a light tan brown. My dad, he has German, Irish, white. Well, his mother was a white woman. His dad was a colored man.
I'm
And
so
then as I
confused.
grew older and I got married and I had my children, I registered my children as Black.
I'm gonna tell you what I think funny about this though.
Most of them in this area goes as Black. We've got maybe 2, 3 families that considers themselves being white, but the rest of us in here, we consider ourselves being Black.
You know this country is prejudiced, always have been, and it never will grow out of it. I was in the circle in 66. Yeah, I circled Black, Negro. He said, you can't circle that. I said, that's what I am. Well, he kind of smiled, and he said, circle this. I said, okay, which meant Caucasian. I didn't show my color, but I know what I was. And I ain't gonna tell you about my race. My mom raised me as a Negro. Oh, I had a lot of people ask me, say, why did your mom raise you as a Negro? I said, that's what I am. They said, yeah, but you don't show it. I said, it's gonna come a time where white won't accept you and the Negroes will accept you. I said, I'll wait it out. That's all you can do.
Shout the victories. He'll break through the blue. Yes, yes. Some golden daybreak for me and for you. Amen.
Growing up, I was always taught that I was Black. I started into school and didn't really think much about it until I got into the elementary. I'm going to say around about 3rd or 4th grade. That's when I started noticing the difference. I started noticing I was being taught that I was black, but I didn't look black. Other children didn't view me as black. Even some of those other kids made fun of me because why are you saying you're black when you're white? It wasn't until I reached about junior high and then I realized I'm white. That is what I am. Yes, I know I was raised black and was told I was black, but I am white. What black person has blonde hair, blue eyes, and fair complected and can hardly tan besides burning? I'm white.
You don't have to look black to be black. I know she don't look black, but she has got black in her. She's right. She's got a lot of different kind in her. But I am her mother. I stand on the black. She did not stand. Only for so long of a time she stood as for black. When she got into school, into Waverly School, she let the people in Waverly change her thinking, her feeling. I didn't. I still stood for what I was, what my mother told me I was. I didn't care what I had to go through. I still stood for it.
When I finally made the decision to go as white, I did feel guilty about it. It did, in a way, break my heart. It's nothing against my family. And it doesn't mean that I don't like black people or love black people or care for black people. I do. And like I told her, I can't be racist, and I know that. And I would never want to be, even if I chose to be. I couldn't. I don't want that for myself or for my children.
You're never going to get to the top of that mountain, I'm telling you. The black blood in you is going to stay there. And whether you want to accept it or not, there is going to be people to pick it out of you, whether you mention East Jackson or not. I went to a doctor in Waverly a couple good years back, and on that application, it asked my race, and I put black. The woman come out and said to me, "How can you be black?" And I kind of stared at her because she throwed me off. She said, "I have never seen a black person, fair complected, blue eyes, freckles, and red hair." I said, "Well, surprise, you see her now." And she wanted to change my race. She was aiming on marking out the black and putting white. And I told her, "Don't you do that." I go by, I know what I am, you leave it there.
Hey man, it's too much going on in that video. But as I'm gonna try to see what she was trying to coming at, because I'm like, you can obviously see that she's Caucasian. She's pale skin. You know what I'm saying? That white and black ain't nothing but a title. When she kept saying I'm black, I got black blood, like that's a state of confusion right there. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong, like I say, prejudice is one thing, racism is another. Racism is I have the money, the resources, and I'm in control over a certain group. That's what racism is. People be getting racism and prejudice confused. Racism, oh, I don't like you because you're the color of your skin. But yeah, don't folk. That lady was all the way confused because she keeps calling herself black and talking about she doesn't look black like by the skin, but she got black blood in her. Like, you got some white folk that been raised in the hood and raised in the environments around our people, you know, but at the end of the day, like I said, that black, nigga, African American, all this shit ain't in the United States, in the corporation United States, called African American in the United States, black person in the United States, and the nigga has nothing but negative ties towards it. Stereotypical. You feel me? Like, because we don't have a culture. We don't have when you have a culture, you have leaders in your culture. Like, we don't have leaders. Most of the leaders that people see be people that be put in position, or they're looking at entertainers as their leaders. But them same leaders is not making no changes to the notion of how everything's going. You feel me? Like I say, you might have, they say it's maybe 14, I want to say 14 billionaires I don't know how many billionaires there is in the world, but it's maybe a couple black, so-called black, billionaires. You feel me? But oh man, it's definitely an identity crisis out here, man. So like I say, don't take anything for what I say. Just do your own research. It's definitely it's a lot of information out here, man. Information is more accessible than anything right now. So when you know about the educational system you came up in, if you came up in the era of the 90s, 80s, even early 2000 before the internet really even hit like that, like now you should know better. You feel me? You know better, you do better. So I encourage you to pass the information along to your children and everything like that. If you wonder, like I say, they taking hundreds, not even hundreds of years, centuries to figure out if they gonna give. That's like, let me think about the energy. But you know that the people here deserve something, but you give foreigners all the benefits up under your citizenship because it's only white and black when you come here. You feel me? So Africans that come here, all them people come up under that white title, even them what is them Arabs. I know of Virginia specifically, they go up there and they get their education free. So they become professors and all type of stuff. Like it's a lot going on with the medical field of the. You already know what happened with that. If you know what happened with the Asians, when you go to the hoods, anywhere in the neighborhoods and our communities, it ain't our people serving our people. It's the Asian, Vietnamese, no offense to them, but the United States of America, the corporation. I keep saying corporation because America is not the original title of this land that we own. Like I say, when they conquered and made it theirs, they took over it, they did their thing, and yeah, like it's just a lot. It's a lot, man. So make sure y'all take this information and just go do your research. Look up everything that I'm putting out here, man. This is very informational purpose only to inspire and raise the frequency of our people. Feel me? We are no longer ignorant to the things we didn't understand. When you understand that it's a psychological war right now,
people have done some good things and they've
There we
done
go.
some bad things. And I'm pointing out the things that need to change. But they don't want to have that conversation about change. They rather try to whip me in public to make sure no one else will have that conversation. And since we won't have it, since y'all didn't want to have the conversation with me in private, I guess we got to take it outside then, huh? So now we having a conversation outside, baby.
Yeah, you heard it from your show. Michael Jackson, anybody that's affiliated with that industry or got ties to the industry with music, entertainment, movies, we already know who run the show. You feel me? It's already been put on wax. So it's no coincidence that when it does happen or a conversation does happen, it gets shut down. It get pushed to the side. And it's only our people having these conversations. Kyrie, Kanye, come on. Like, I just need people to pay attention and get their antennas up, man. You feel me? Roaches know how to move in the dark. You feel me? Like, we gotta have some type of capabilities, bro, on the intellectual level. You feel me? We can't let no damn cockroach outsmart us, bro. Come on, dog. Like everybody gotta just tap in and get away from the distractions, man. It's a lot of distractions out here right now. For real, for real. Some more motivational clippings right now about the show.
Unity with the physical might of their attributes. But the highest level of masculinity is all mental. That's right. Intellectual. When a man wants to go out and rule and control anything, because the world is ran by ideas, you can tell which man rules the world by whose ideas rules the world, whose systems rules the world. And so with all these men equating their physical capability with their manhood is why they lost. because it's your mental capability that represents your manhood. Remember, man is mind, so it's your mindhood. It's the development of your mind and your ability to manage that mind, which gives you your ability to manage every activity at a masterful level, which means that any thought that you have the ability to master, to master it and administer your activities to bring it to life, to get it done, to create a system, to bring order, to bring administration, to bring proper management, right? Then that's a man. He told me his plans and he has the ability to bring that into fruition. That's a man. That's right. So it's the reason you see the UFC full of fighters, greatest fighters in the world. Dana White can't beat his fighter, but he's the man of that organization because he started it. It is his mind that started it. So in the hoods of America, you have boys trying to prove themselves as men by what they can do physically instead of what they can do mentally. Right. Right?
19 Key Speaks.
Men today apply.
That's really it, man. It's all about what you can do with the mind rather than physically. And how you broke that down, you know, when you're young and everything, you want to prove what you can do physically. You know what I'm saying? And stay like in the hood. The dominance of my masculinity is that when we fight, I'm gonna do something to you. I'm gonna harm you. But nobody really thinks in the mind to outsmart somebody and everything like that, man. But like I say, it's a psychological war. Everything begins with the mind. You tell yourself you can't do something, you're gonna believe you can't do it. You feel me? You believe something, you manifest something in your life and keep believing it, then boom, it's the power of manifestation. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man. We got some more clips, man. I'm just putting them out, man. We just gonna chop it up. Okay, I think I showed that one already, but okay then, boom. We got this right here from a European himself, putting it on the table. Back to the classifications of our people.
Still languishing in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. Now, have you ever wondered what that passage meant from Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech? I did, and what I found was one of the biggest secrets that's not really a secret at all, except to many African Americans, is they are not descended from Africans. I know, I was shocked too, so much so that I asked Africans, and they agreed African Americans weren't Africans. If you don't believe me, Google Arnaldus Montanus America and see the people he saw in 1671. Read books like The Black American Handbook for Survival through the 21st Century by Radine Amin-Ra. What Every African American Should Know by Carrie Davis, and Africans and Native Americans by Jack Forbes. I just can't believe schools aren't teaching this stuff. What a travesty.
They ain't gonna teach it, man, because the same way they keep pushing these slavery movies, as far back as I remember, everybody know about it. Roots. You feel me? Roots. If you want to talk slave stories, Roots, Color Purple, all that, bro, they and to this day, they still trying to push that same narrative to keep pushing these damn slave movies, bro. And they trying to make sure, I guess, for the next generations not to let that story keep going. Man, I gotta say, brother, information is not here, man. If you just gonna go out with the narrative, I don't see how people don't see the red flag in this. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. As I said, Jesse Jackson, he working for the other side. Not to mention, Jesse Jackson was the one that got that shit adopted, where you call yourself African American in the 90s, the whole movement in the 90s, African American. But at the same time, the guy that's getting this to happen, Jesse Jackson got a registry for the Cherokee Nation. You feel me? Like, come on, man. They'll use our people as pawns to push their agendas. You feel me? It shit. I don't know how people ain't see as a red flag Hillary Clinton getting on the Breakfast Club with hot sauce. Joe Biden, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. God damn it, I ain't black. fuck it. I'm not black. I'm not claiming that. My skin is not black. Everybody is claiming themselves off the color of their skin on this land right now. You feel me? Like, nah, man, you gotta switch that narrative, man. Like I say, talk to y'all elders, get names. Once you get the names, keep going back with your people. Look at, watch this is what I do with the genealogy. Watch what land people moved on. When you keep going back and do your mother side. Nah, do your mother side. So you start with your grandma, go to your great grandma, go to your great great grandma, go keep going as far as you can, tying everything together. Now, when they speak the slavery stories and all that, look at what years they told, look at where your people was at, identify that land. I've already proven that my grandmother on my mom's side, they was all in Georgia, in Cordell, Crisp, Georgia. They never moved, and this go all the way back to the early 1800s, before maybe after the first census was taken. But you, like I say, you can't find the first census. The first census, so-called, got destroyed or lost or something. They couldn't find it. But when it come to this census, when they was identifying everybody, they didn't call them Indians at first. They called them black, Negro, mulatto. Already 3 different terms. Walter Plecker in Virginia, if you even have features of looking like an African, they called you African. So they done already stripped you of your identity. Everything went off how somebody called you something. You got unsupervised, authorized census takers. That's like me. If I'm back in the day, I'm being, say if the roles were reversed, right? I'm indigenous to this land. I'm finna conquer some other people that just came over here. You feel me? I'm the one that's conquering everybody. So I go to everybody's house. I'm taking census. Ain't no government watching me. We putting our government together. We already putting everything together. Paper genocide. So boom, I look at the first person to open your door. I'm like, oh, you might be a native to the land. You feel me? I'm gonna call you a European. All right, you like a European. Oh, you look like this. You look like that. But not to mention, they weren't able to get to everybody either during this time. When the census was first being taken, there was numerous Indian wars on this land going on, so they weren't able to get to everything. So they just got what they could and kept it moving. You feel me? Like, hey man, it's out here, man. I'm just here to inform and inspire and enlighten our people, man. Don't take anything I say, you feel me? Go do the research yourself. Go look at these documents. You feel me? Go look at this stuff in the National Archives. Go look at these pictures of what they used to call the Indians back then. When you look at the $5 Indian, it's point blank in your face. Like, one thing about it, imagery cannot be erased. An artist can draw a new painting and make it look like something it ain't, and pass it down too. They killing us right now through hearsay and through imagery. You feel me? So, nah, man, it's too many facts out there. It's too many facts. But how they say, if a nigga won't read, a nigga don't put it in the book. You feel me? Like, I was once ignorant of all that. You feel me? I never really was looking into stuff like that. But as a grown man and everything like that, I look back like, man, like, I done heard all these big names before, all these figures they put in front of our face. John D. Rockefeller, the Rockefellers, I heard of them before. But I never, like in school, they never told us. They just said what they were known for. But they didn't tell us all the stuff they did behind that. You feel me? Like, you wonder why you standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance don't even apply to you. You just, something you got to do is indoctrination. If I tell you to do something, you do it. You feel me? Don't question me either. But when it comes to African American, we only got a small little section here or telling us about our folk. I say African American ain't come back and it ain't come by until the 90s. So what happened to all these names y'all calling us? You feel me? What happened to all these Indians that were really on the land? Indians weren't only in Virginia. They had Indians all over this landmass. But they don't talk about that type of stuff. That's like, I get it. I'm gonna do something to my opposition, the people I'm trying to hold up under me. I'm trying to brainwash them. Yeah, I'm gonna reverse everything for you. That's how I keep control. Dr. Clyde Anderson, Powernomics. Make sure you look up that book. Make sure you read it. He breaks down everything. You feel me? He breaks down how everything came about, how this system got us. The worst thing we could have ever did in history was integrate with these folk, man. Like, put our culture with their culture. Now we're all one. We're American. American is so damn made up. American. Like, come on, bro. Them people got they people they proud of and their history. They got all that type of stuff, and they gave us all our historical figures. You feel me? Like, nah, man. And you, like I say, man, if you look in history, you really listening to these speeches and stuff. Like I say, Reverend Minister Farrakhan gave all the sauce. Malcolm X gave the sauce. Martin Luther King gave the sauce. Why people were blind to what them folk was saying about us? Malcolm X told you we was the Aborigines. We were the original people. He traveled to figure that stuff out. MLK, Reconstruction era. This is history. When you look at the Reconstruction era, that's the same time they did the $5 Indian thing and all that type of stuff. Like, it's right there, man. I don't know why everybody stand blind in this, man. Like I say, man, just keep it pushing with Fleetwood, man. Fleetwood J.R. That's how we do it. Yeah, I get real passionate behind this stuff, man, because I really want, you know what I'm saying? This is how we generationally change things. Like I say, they don't owe black people. They don't owe African Americans. Anything with American ties should be a red flag. Like, they don't owe them nothing. Them people sneaking in the motherfucker went out and changed themselves and paid $5 to be called an Indian to get all the land, all the benefits. You feel me? People don't look at that stuff, man. That's a red flag automatically. So a foreigner come over today, I come over from Cuba. Boom, I done got accepted in the United States. My ID, it's only white and black. 2 classifications. Boom, I get called white. I'm getting money. I get grants. I get all this stuff, all tax money. I'm already ahead more than everybody that's already been here. Than everybody in the hood. Anybody that's a foreigner come to the United States, it don't matter if it's a child or a grown person. They're going to be more ahead than the person in the hood right now. And these concentration camps that they set up for us. You feel me? All around, all these areas. So now, it happens all around the country. You feel me? All these projects, Section 8s and stuff like that. You see what's going on today, though. Investors coming. They knocking down the hood, moving everybody out, turning places into. They up in their game. They changing their sauce. You feel me? But where our people at? You feel me? Our people get pushed out somewhere, whatever, and it's a plague of it going on, man. But nah, man, I just want y'all to stay wise, man. Really, for real. We ain't done with the clubs. Shout out to everybody too, man. They've been tapping into the $100 podcast whole 365. We started at the top of January. We are now monetized. Now on Signature Series Network. You feel me? Sponsored by Black Owned Cryptocurrency. BOAMEDCB on Instagram. You know what I mean? We finna keep going. We just keep going. Come on, man.
It was about dying until a celebrity dies. All y'all only curl. Y'all only curl when a rapper, an actor, or entertainer dies. What about the babies? What about the mothers who get abused during domestic violence? We had one come up dead. Y'all ain't said one word. What I'm starting to realize is every time an actor, a black rapper, or a black celebrity person dies, we start acting like we care. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Man, black boys need to make it home. But you wasn't saying that last week. You wasn't saying black boys need to make it home when them kids got killed. I just want y'all to know, rich people don't go to heaven, y'all. The Bible says, I'm not going to say the Bible because I ain't read the Bible. Mama said that the Bible said that for a rich person like Quavo, Takeoff, Cardi B, Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, Obama, scripture says for them people to enter into the kingdom of heaven is going to be trying to, oh, y'all, come on, man. So are you an idol worshiper? Nobody cares about dying. And
Hey, I'm gonna break that down too, man. I ain't no idol worshiper, bro. I don't be following. I'm a content creator. I always been doing my own things. Or artist, me and my partner. You feel me? Sly, you see him behind me over here. You heard me? Jack Cow and I Eat the Nation, bro. I'm fan of people content and you know inspiration they give me and motivation, but even now to the littlest person, I'm not no idol worshiper, bro. I don't care about the shade room. I don't care about academic stuff. I don't care about all this fake shit going on out here, bro. I'm trying to inform and enlighten and inspire people, bro. That's all. A lot of them damn platforms be nothing but negativity, TMZ, all that shit, bro. Now I don't give a damn if your most favorite celebrity had a baby. I don't care if they slipped and fall with a McFlurry in their hand and McFlurry wasted all over their face. I don't give a damn if they damn eating 94 floors up. You feel me? What are they doing to inform but like to inspire people? You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff don't entertain me, bro. I don't be entertained. Now I do feel my condolences. Like I ain't no cold-hearted person. I like if somebody passed away, is it what it is? Like I respect that they work and all that, but you ain't gonna see me giving that much attention to it, bro. It's people in our neighborhood. It's people that they need their condolences too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody better than the next person just because they got money or doing whatever, bro. Everybody be focused. I think that's where everybody value be focusing on. Like everybody focus on the outer than the inner. You feel me? Like when you focus on your inner, you start to appreciate everything around you. When you focus on your outer, you're gonna be chasing so many different things. You're not even paying attention to your inner, and you running yourself dry. Spiritually, you dead. You know what I mean? But no, man. Like that stuff, I ain't on that. Hey, that stuff, dog. I kill the same way. If a little boy in the neighborhood get gunned down or something like that, I'm gonna feel condolences for that. But with favorite people, bro, it's like I ain't keeping up with everybody be doing that. It's just like hey, how like you know, but it's crazy how people do be on that. You feel me? Every situation different, but then it's like when certain folk invite that certain energy, you don't be knowing them folk like that. Like you can't be die hard that much a goddamn fan to be sitting there like people be too entertained, bro. I think that's really what it is. All right, boom. Okay, we're gonna go right back to the beginning. What I was saying, man. I'm throwing these clips. Y'all better catch them. Frisbees, rotating rims, got them dizzy. Come on, man.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, and that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, but many of these are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we're coming to get our check.
Yeah. So that is the speech right there that they don't push like that for real. You feel me? Like MLK, I kept saying this whole episode. You feel me? MLK was the one that was putting it out there, man. And he said what he said. You feel me? I don't see how people miss the beat on what he was saying and still keep believing in all this stuff these folks keep giving you, man. Like, we ain't on that type of time, dog. I'm not on that type of time, and I don't want y'all to be on that type of time. I'm just here to get a message. Feel me? Don't pay attention to the messenger. Pay attention to the message. That way y'all get confused that it's not about if I like you or not. I ain't gotta like you. But if you saying something real and you putting some information out there, I'm a bump with the message. I might still be like, I don't like that. I don't like that nigga, but that nigga being real. Like, it's just what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Turn salt into sugar, bro. Like, come on, bro. But nah, people gotta get out of the notion, bro. With that, I like you and I don't like you. Like, you ain't gotta like somebody to do business with them either. Like, business is business. Y'all come together on something that y'all both share a common interest with. Do your thing, keep it moving. You feel me? Like, nah, man. Pay attention to the message, not the messenger. With that even being said, I'm gonna end this off with a good read, man, that I personally read. I done read it a couple times, you feel me? And it's so relatable. It changed my perception on a lot of things, you know. Just the self-help books, man. A lot of people already pretty much know about this author, Robert Greene. And I read some of the 48, but I really like the 50 Law of Power. So yeah, let me see if I boom. Okay, then 50 Law of Power, 50 Cent and Robert Greene. So I'm gonna just read y'all the chapters, the little sauce out the book. And I know y'all gonna be like, man, I gotta go grab that. You feel me? So this really got me in a sense of realism. You feel me? Like I'm not I ain't, even though I do music, I do dibble and dab and like in somewhat, you feel me? My thoughts, creativity and stuff, but real life, real times, like seeing stuff for what it is, I'm looking at stuff for what it is. How I keep it pushing. Like I say, just keep it pushing with Fleetwood J.R, man. That's how you gotta do it, man. That's how you stay here. That's how you win. But see things for what they are. Intense realism. That's chapter 1. Like I told y'all, 50 Law. The 50th Law. 50 Cent and Robert Greene. Reality can be rather harsh. Your days are numbered. It takes constant effort to carve a place for yourself in this ruthlessly competitive world and hold on to it. People can be treacherous. They bring endless battles into your life. Your task is to resist the temptation to wish it were all different. Instead, you must fiercely accept these circumstances, even embrace them by focusing your attention on what is going on around you. You will gain a sharp appreciation for what makes some people advance and others fall behind. By seeing through people's manipulations, you could turn them around. The firmer you grasp on reality, the more power you will have to alter it for your purposes. That right there, let alone say it for me, man. You feel me? Real talk. Man, drop the bomb on me. You hear me? But yeah, man, it's a competitive world, man, we live in. You know what I mean? Especially when, like I say, it's so much confusion, division between our own, you feel me? Everything's competitive around you. But like I say, it's able to accept that part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be like that. You feel me? But you know, focus on your attention to like what's going on around you, everything day to day. That's why we preach what we not preach, but that's why we put the information out like we do on our podcast. We want to make sure everybody's sharpened. Iron sharpen iron. We ain't trying to keep the information for ourselves. We want to make sure that, like I say, we being messengers. Get the message and do your thing with it. Go look, you know what I'm saying? But this is just our minds, our mentality, our thoughts. We sharing that with everybody else, you know what I'm saying? To be able to take what they take from it and go do their own thing, create their own perspective. But we just like, hey, look at this, you might miss this. Check this out. If you ain't know, now you know. You feel me? So yeah, it's a great advantage though, man, to look at everything realism. Like you can't use your imagination all your life, because boy, your imagination, it's a harsh reality when reality drop a bomb on you. What's really going on, man? So always keep your eyes open. Chapter 2, you know, so when you work for others, you're at their mercy. They own your work, they own you. Your creative spirit is squashed. What keeps you in such positions is a fear of having to sink or swim on your own. Instead, you should have a great fear of what will happen to you if you remain dependent on others for power. Your goal in every maneuver in life should be ownership. Work in the corner for yourself. When it is yours, it is yours. To lose, you are more motivated, more creative, more alive. The ultimate power in life is to be completely self-reliant, completely yourself. So, educational system. I'm gonna give a good example on that. John D. Rockefeller. They are not in the business to create people to think for themselves. Basically, is what his quote stating. You can go look his quote up. Everything. They're not in business of the educational system to create people to think for themselves, to be creative. They're not creating people to be creative. They're creating workers. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. They creating you to be workers, training you how to listen, do this, do that. You feel me? They're not worried about your imagination or how you creativity and everything like that. That's something you got to work with on your own. But the educational system basically is what I just gave you. You feel me? Training you to be the worker. You feel me? They not. It ain't in no benefit to you. So I'm gonna end it off on the last one right here. It's gonna be chapter 3 in the book. Like I say to everybody, this is the 50th Law by 50 Cent and Robert Greene. Self-help read. You feel me? So turn shit into sugar. Opportunism. Every negative situation contains the possibility for something positive. Feel me? Every negative situation contains the possibility for something positive and opportunity. It is how you look at it that matters. Your lack of resources can be an advantage, forcing you to be inventive with the little that you have. Losing the battle can allow you to frame yourself as the sympathetic underdog. Do not let your fears make you wait for a better moment or become conservative. If there are circumstances you cannot control, make the best of them. It is the ultimate alchemy to transform all such negatives into advantages and power. That's how I look at life, man, with everything. You feel me? Like, you have to take your negatives and turn them into wins some type of way. If I don't even turn it into a win while I gain something, it's a win if I learn from it and know how to move forward. You feel me? Like, I don't be tripping my nut, bro. I'm telling you, 50 Law, man. 50th Law is gonna do it for you. It's gonna be one of the ones that do it for you. You know, it did it for me. So it changed my perception on a lot of things. You know what I mean? So, man, y'all might make me read another one. Come on, man. All right, this chapter 4, and I'm for real this time. Y'all got me like a preacher in here saying I'm about to let y'all go 50, 11 times, and I just keep going. Hold on. We about to get to it. You heard me? For real. So, chapter 4, keep moving, calculated momentum. If the present, there is constant change and so much we cannot control. If you try to micromanage it all, you lose even greater control in the long run. The answer is to let go and move with the chaos that presents itself to you from within. You will find endless opportunities that elude most people. Don't give others the chance to pin you down. Don't give others the chance to pin you down. My bad, y'all. Keep moving and change your appearance to fit the environment. If you encounter walls or boundaries, slip around them. Do not let anything disrupt your flow. You gotta be a chameleon out here. See, when you out here moving, you gotta make sure that you move calculating every step. You feel me? You gotta be able to blend in any environment. That's just the mentality. Like, you gotta make sure that you know how to adjust with anything and everything that presents itself to you. Gotta know how to move around it. You can't give yourself time to dwell on, oh, I ain't got this going on, or this ain't going for me, or this ain't. Take everything that's challenging you and just roll with the punches. Know how to maneuver, know how to move around it. You got to be able to think solutions. You feel me? I ain't here to preach, man, to y'all today, but nah, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in to the Underdogs podcast. This was Keep It Pushing with Fleetwood J.R. I'm gonna leave y'all with one more thing too, man. Now that I got it pulled up, this is very beneficial to one's health, because we always talk health-wise. So this app right here is called Yuka. You feel me? So basically, this app right here is available on Apple and Android, Google Play. So Yuka deciphers product labels and analysis to help impact of food products and cosmetics. So basically, you go to the store, you scan an item or the cosmetics, it brings up this list right here. Let me zoom in too so y'all can see. Let me zoom in a little more. All right, so boom. Say you go in the store and you scan Honey Nut Cheerios, you feel me? It'll give additives. So when you click additives, it'll give you the stuff that's put in it, all the little additives in the product. And it'll tell you why to avoid it. It'll tell you what's all in that additive, everything. It breaks down the sugars, calories, sodium, all that. Then when you scroll down a little more, it gives you better suggestions. You know what I mean? It gives you alternatives. So you be like, damn, this box of Cheerios is bad for me. But then it might give you an alternative option at the bottom that might be like grains or something else more healthier. You feel me? That goes the same for your favorite drinks, your favorite sodas, snacks. It'll tell you why it's bad. A lot of stuff is all these illnesses. That's why we say this. All these illnesses and everything that go on, that we get cancers and all that, it starts with what we're putting in our body, what we consuming in our body. So this right here is basically a hands-off cheat sheet, because ain't nobody finna go shopping and be checking the back of each label going on. You download this app, Android and iPhone friendly, scan the back of the little barcode, boom, pop up. They're gonna let you know everything going on. So if you decide to eat this, you know, dang, eating this got this in it, it's gonna lead to cancer. It's gonna mess my kidneys up. It's gonna have me in some type of something going on. You feel me? So yeah, man, it gives better alternatives. Evaluate the quality of your foods. Feel me? Because we know we not eating everything authentic. Everything, most things say artificially right there in front of your face, unless you know it's not natural. But nowadays, you feel me? A lot of people are getting right, you know. But like I say, I'm spreading information because I want y'all to live healthy lifestyles. I want y'all to live long. I don't want y'all to fall in these traps a lot of us fall in. You feel me? So, too sweet, cereals, your shampoos, you feel me? They got all type of irritants, allergens. So, another thing, you feel me? Your body is your skin is a living thing as well. You feel me? So when your body's rejecting something, it shows in your skin. You feel me? Like it shows. Like your body, your skin is a living organism too. It's trying to reject it out through your skin. So yeah, you get healthier recommendations as I mentioned. So tortilla chips, instead of getting the tortillas, you'll get the sea salt. You know what I'm saying? Pour excellent, all that stuff. It ain't about the name of anything or what the package look like. It's all about what's the better better substitution based on what they're putting in it. You feel me? Then you got lip balm all the way down to cosmetics. You feel me? So y'all make sure y'all eating healthier, doing things better. But like I say, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in. You feel me? This was the first episode of Keeping It Pushing with Fleetwood, man. Fleetwood J.R. at that. Oh, before I even end it like that too, man, I gotta make sure that I show y'all the new video that just dropped, filmed in Atlanta on return. It's out right now. The record been out, or you feel me? Or you see my glow when I walk through. Feel me? This the premiere for the premiere, like it's Rap City in the basement, like I'm Big Tick in the basement, but it's the Underdog podcast platform, man. You know how we do it. Feel me? Well, make sure I get y'all to see this, man.
Tips. You can see my glow when I walk through. You can see my glow when I walk through. Baby, feel my aura. Got that mouth in my gas bag. I ain't talking through it. Dirty Sprite, feel like Future Hendrix, red bottoms, front doors, want a shot. I got CBD, come and place your order. So much salt in my wardrobe, I got a disorder. Pablo, Esco Blanco, come and cross that border. He got dress and got goals too. You know I'm from Florida, run it up, flip it back again, figure out the formula. Baby, I'm for real, you know what it is. Loaded, I be spinning like a wheel, what's the deal? Nines, I'm ilmatic. Pulling up in traffic, this right here a throwback, like AM1 a classic. Wizard with the magic, you don't want no static. Got that chopper with me, it would turn your t-shirt graphic. I own Fleetwood Customs, I be pressing up the fabrics. Feel like Manny Fresh, I do real big, no go gigantic. Mine and my old business, if it happen, it's organic. When you feel my aura, see my glow, so down, no panic. Neighbors know my neck, cause she got vocals, sound like Janet. Knock her down like dominoes, sex on top of the granny. See my glow. My aura,
got that mouth in my gas bag.
I ain't talking through a dirty Sprite. Feel like Future Hendrix, red bottoms, front doors, want a shot. I got CBD, come and place your order. So much salt. I got a disorder, Pablo, Esco Blanco, coming across that border. He got dress and got goals too. You know I'm from Florida, run it up, flip it back again, figure out the formula. Rental Cucamonga, quarantine summer, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, start the cowabunga. I do what I wanna, okay, see I keep that thunder. Vacuum pack is sealed, cap is in the seal. Feeling just like Philip, David Banner like a pimp. You know you wasn't with me when I was shooting out the gym. She fucking up her body,
now she shake it like Lil' Kim.
When I pull up foreign, you know I'm not from Berlin. Who can we depend on like Houdini talking friends? Baby, I'm trying to got sauce, making the junk quick cross. Put in my Emery Ross, young nigga boy they counting. How about cool me cloudy? Now it's my J Cloud. You see my glow when I walk. Got that mouth in my gas bag.
I ain't talking
through a dirty Sprite. Feel like Future Hendrix, red bottoms, front doors, want a shot. I got CBD, come and place your order. So much salt in my wardrobe, I got a disorder. Pablo, Esco Blanco, coming across that border. He got dress and got goals too. You know I'm from Florida, run it up, flip it back.
Come on, man. Like I say, man, this was the Underdogs podcast. You did. Appreciate y'all tapping in and kicking it with the Underdog, man. The most known unknown will realize. Make sure y'all do y'all homework, man. That's all I want y'all to do. We'll catch y'all next week. Or matter of fact, tomorrow. Tomorrow, we back. Picture Perfect with Desiree. Feel me? Do photographer in Atlanta. Atlanta's on. Y'all know how we kick it, man. Real for real. Peace, people. Already.
Mouth rabbit on my teeth, I got carrots. Open up her mouth and she got vocals sound like Janet. Marble on the floors, but the kitchen kinda granted. Lean color perk, you would think it's pomegranate. I see flying saucers finna roll another planet. It will fall in place if it's meant to be organic. I got crazy lingo, you would think I'm speaking Spanish. I'm something like a pie, never leave without the cannon. I'm enlightened. Check, I got stones around my neck. If you pay attention, I teach her how to earn respect. I walk around with a tag like I'm mad at the rail. People do any damn thing for a check. So what if you got signed labels, throw them on the shelf? I don't ask for help, I just go within myself. Hard times I prevail, I bust up out my shell. I let my nuts hang, cause it don't got no curfew. Gold mouth rabbit on my teeth, I got carrots. Open up a mouth and she got vocals sound like Janet. Marble on the floors, but the kitchen kinda